Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. More now to return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. First carry for James Conner, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Murray now to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Cardinal 1st down.
Murray now on 1st down. He gets this to Davante Adams. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Here's Murray. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Murray giving to Conner on the option. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Murray now. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Davante Adams. There to make the grab. And the Cardinals are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Rams nothing.
Pay attention.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Allen going to give this one to Cam Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Allen off the play fake. Flushed out right. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
At the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Open there, right side is cut, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, a quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Akers trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll look to run with Akers. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
It'll be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Murray. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Murray now on 1st down. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
2nd and 4.
Now Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Murray off play action. Finding Ertz again. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Prater's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1.
Let's go! Let's go!
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back?
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From midfield, here's Allen. Being chased out left. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got Higbee complete right side. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on a catch and run.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Akers. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
On 2nd and goal, Allen, and it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. And he's got room. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And Murray's going to keep this. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Time to go to work. Let's go. In his face. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on now. Let's do this.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 6. A minute 51 on the clock. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing is Allen. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Allen. He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's up 2nd and 7.
Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Allen. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Now Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. To throw is Allen. And it's caught. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And they have got the lead.
It's the score. Rams 14. Rams 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The football going back over to Arizona now. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering,
we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. On first down, Allen. And his first look is incomplete.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football. Knowing full well, he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Allen. That's out to the flat for Akers. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
And going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for L.A. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Keanu Neal strong in run support as he comes up from his safety position to pop him behind the line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Here's Allen. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Myles Garrett able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. Tyler Higbee there to make the grab. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done, and on the opening drive of the game.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming. Murray now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. On target over the middle to Hill. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the 36, Allen. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Allen. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory. He's the culprit. Causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So the Rams call on Johnny Hecker here to punt it away on 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Meanwhile, Murray's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A give to Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stopped him. So now it brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a 1st first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play here for Dallas. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play fake. Murray. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Murray. And that is incomplete. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. This one to the left to Higbee. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Allen. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
You thought you had it, didn't you? You thought you had it.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Gay's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This is Tony Pollard. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before half for Murray. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Throwing on first down is Murray. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A first down carry by Elliott. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
That one complete to Elliott. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This to Jarwin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going for it. Hits Murray. That's complete right around the 8. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they'll get him down up past the 15. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a 1st down as well.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it's 3rd and 4. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Allen. Eluding, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Josh Allen, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
But that makes this a two-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now from Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Here's Murray. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Murray now on 1st down.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Murray to air it out again. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Murray, and that's Elliott, complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Cowboys 10.
So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Allen to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gay knocks this one through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams.
Now Pollard. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now here come the Cowboys. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Wilson's throw taken in by Jarwin.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Wilson will throw again. Flushed out right. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Dallas.
From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
First down marker at the 5. It's second and goal.
Here's Wilson. Flushed, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Makes the score Cowboys 7, Rams nothing.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's do this! All I need, baby. That's all I need.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. L.A. set to take over again on offense. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Wilson. And that's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. And the first play will be a field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and a vicious effort, but it's well short. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. There's Wilson to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Allen's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
To the air, Allen.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Allen. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Nine seconds to play, and likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. To throw again on second down. Allen. And that is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete here.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
To throw again on second down. Allen, and that'll be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Allen. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 57 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. This to Jarwin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The give is to Elliott. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
That one complete, Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Stiff-armed him. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play here for Dallas. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now Elliott. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd down and goal. Wilson. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
On the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Wilson. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Dallas.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. A solid stiff arm. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Here we go.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take
sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Allen going to give this one to Cam Akers. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. They'll run on 1st down. Akers, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Allen. Escaping the pressure right. 1st down and more for Allen. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. A big pickup there on the scramble.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Cowboys' 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp from 4 yards out. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Throwing is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give to Elliott. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Play action. Now Wilson. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Wilson. And his pass incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, He's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the draw, Allen going to give this one to Akers. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Allen. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Now Wilson on first down. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
From the 24, Wilson. He finds his target. It's Schultz. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
14.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. Finding some room at midfield. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
On first down, Wilson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On third down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Didn't they?
Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag.
Let's go, let's go!
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing now is Allen. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. To the air, Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 29, Wilson. That is caught by Lamb. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. A first down carry by Elliott. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. From midfield, here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So Russell Wilson in the offense, down by 1. 1:53 remaining. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on 1st down. Throwing now is Wilson. Finding Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Wilson to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Now Wilson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Throwing is Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Now Allen, gotta have this one. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 44, Allen. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out in the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Working out of the shotgun, here's Allen. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Micah Parsons able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to Lamb. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll run with Elliott. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. Completes it right side to Cooper. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
They'll try again with Elliott. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. All right, well, they didn't kick it on second down, now third and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on fourth down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And they take a 17-14 lead. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.